Hi, welcome to this channel on magnetic energy technology principles applications. This video is about Los Alamos and the fate of the world. This is extremely unconventional information in this video, so just so you know. So if you're not familiar with Los Alamos, it's this small town in northern New Mexico, and it is still home to some of the most brilliant scientists in the world. They have cutting edge research. They have a large number of millionaires relative to their population size, and of course a very large number of scientists relative to their population size. But back in the 40s, they conducted research where they developed the first atomic bomb, and it was tested not that far from the town, and pretty much, a couple hundred miles or whatever out in the middle of the desert. But that first test sent shock waves through the magnetic universe, through magnetic streams, through the quantum, if you want to call it the quantum magnetic universe, where things move beyond space and time. And that attracted attention from a lot of other worlds and from what some people would call a galactic council. And something was initiated at that point, and it was this idea of an accelerated Ascension program. And so basically what happened is it really sealed the fate of our planet in a lot of different ways. And so all of these things that are all coming together in the next few years, and this is highly orchestrated, this whole pole shift thing, this mandatory ascension that humanity is going to be going through, like no matter what, these are things that are locked into place. But the result of those things, of the pole shift and the ascension and all of this and new technology coming on board, is there are certain things that are changes that are coming to this planet that are non-negotiable. They are changes that are locked in. They absolutely will happen one way. They must take place, and they will take place no matter what. They are absolutely non-negotiable changes. And so what are some of those? All nuclear power plants will be decommissioned, and all the nuclear material in those power plants will be neutralized completely. All nuclear waste around the world of every kind, of every different level, because there's a whole bunch of different types, will all be neutralized completely. All mining that is related to the refinement of ore for radioactive ore, the refinement, and all of that will stop. There will all be halted, and that's mandatory. There will be no more mining and refinement of radioactive ore because of what is done with that ore. All nuclear weapons that of any kind will all be destroyed, and the radioactive contents of all of those weapons, all of those missiles, will be neutralized completely. Now, any type of reactors that are in labs, that are nuclear reactors, that are on subs or ships or satellites or whatever, all of those will be destroyed, and those reactors and the contents in those reactors will be neutralized. So these are non-negotiable things, and it's the fate of humanity and the fate of this world was locked in once that atomic test was done. Those things are unacceptable, and basically they're breaking rules. They're breaking universal rules, galactic rules, universal rules that there's no wiggle room on this. All of those things that involve like nuclear radiation, radioactive materials, will all come to a grinding halt, and that's right around the corner. And then that's part of the reason for the ascension, is because it allows all of humanity to kind of be on the same page. It's almost like mandatory ascension, so we don't have to worry about like certain nations developing weapons or certain nations refusing to cooperate and using nuclear power. It will be across the board, completely stopped, 100%. And then that will allow us to get back on track as a species, as a planet, and get back into harmonization with a universal flow and with the resonance that our planet is meant to be in accordance with other systems and other planets and other solar systems. So you get the idea. It's really time to clean up our act, and that's going to happen. Really, it's non-negotiable, and so those events are locked in. Nothing's going to stop it at this point. And please send in any comments that you might have if you've heard of other messages of things that are mandatory that must stop or whatever. I know in this paradigm of this model, electricity is also one of those things that is mandatory. The mass production of electricity is mandatory to stop, but that's more about like from a terrestrial point of view, from, to keep us safe in our environment and humans and plants and animals because of what it's doing to the environment, the ozone layer, the ionosphere, and all those things, that the mass production of electricity has got to stop. But if you know of other things, please send them in. Please give us comment or give me comments on this stuff, and let's keep this conversation going. And I will see you next time.